Pretty darn good offensive line, and Doug Martin does everything well. He can run between the tackles, he has perimeter speed, and he's made, surprisingly, a lot of long runs. I've seen him carry the ball in two-back sets. He carries the ball in the shotgun. He's an outstanding receiver, very good on the perimeter after he catches a screen pass. He's a perfect kind of Buccaneer back to complement what they don't have. A kid that can play on every down. He's a deluxe special teams player, Mel. He even played on defense early in his career at Boise State. Tampa Bay has added two outstanding football players in the first round, Mark Barron from Alabama and Doug Martin, the muscle hamster from Boise State.
You go running back to defensive back, then back to running back, and you put up the numbers he did. 28 catches out of the backfield. You think about the way he runs, he finishes, runs hard, can catch, willing blocker. He's not flashy, he's not dynamic, but he moves the chains. And I'll tell you what, when you think about a kid 5'9", 220, ran 4.47 at the combine, 28 reps, that strength of the upper body that he has, unlike any other running back in this draft outside of Trent Richardson, and a 36 vertical, very athletic. So this thing has attacks defenders and showed the ability on numerous occasions to bust a long gainer.
2,500 yards in the last 2 years for Coach Peterson and the Broncos of Boise State, and now all of a sudden, we just started this thing, didn't we? The Super Bowl champion New York Football Giants and their fans are on the clock with the final pick in round one when we return.
People everywhere are raving about the new Doritos Locos Tacos. Oh, sweet mercy, posted Maggie Crispin. So bomb, tweeted at Kim RZKX. I burst into tears, yo, raves Brave 2009. And according to Tony J, it's like kissing a unicorn on a pot of gold. The new Doritos Locos Tacos. Sometimes you gotta live mas.
Okay, look, when gas prices jump, you still gotta work. So suddenly you're cutting back on everything from family vacations to cell phone minutes. Well, here's a thought. How about cutting back on gas? Here's how. The Ford F-150. It gets 23 highway miles per gallon. That's the best. So you can get the job done and get a break at the pump. Yeah, how's that sound? This is the future. This is the Ford F-150.
No matter how many big tricks he has pulled off, making his debut in the Nationwide Series will be Travis's toughest test yet.
Green flag at Richmond.
Because here, he's just another rookie with something to prove. But then again, this is Travis Pastrana, and he's no ordinary rookie. The NASCAR Nationwide Series at Richmond, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN2.
Knowing your customers is important to any successful business. Which is why at Wells Fargo, we work with you to get to know the unique aspects of your business. We can recommend financial solutions that can work for you that have helped millions of business owners save time, reduce expenses, and maximize cash flow. As the #1 small business lender for 9 years running, we're with you when you need us, so you can be there for your customers. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
This lets us know every time someone takes home a new Nissan.
Every minute, someone buys a new Nissan. It's no wonder when you're named the country's most innovative car company. And they'll be going really fast during Nissan's Sale a Minute event. Save up to $3,150 on Altima or up to $2,500 back on Frontier. Event ends soon. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your Southern California dealer.
Not a minute too soon.
Makes it interesting, John.
And a welcome back, everybody, to New York, where it's time for our GMC Never Say Never moments for the New York Giants in Super Bowls against New England, underdog both times. Who can forget Eli Manning to David Tyree with the bubble gum on the helmet? And then to Plexico Burress in the final minute to win 17-14 in the desert. Then 4 years later, Tom Coughlin, he can't coach, get him out. Yeah, no, they're right in the Super Bowl again, trailing the Patriots. Eli Manning to Mario Manningham with a great play on the sideline. Then Ahmad Bradshaw with the touchdown. and it was over. The Giants won 21-17, again upending the Patriots last February in Indianapolis. And so the New York Giants picking last. Tom Coughlin having set a record for most times being fired without ever having been fired, and has 2 Super Bowl rings to show for it. The New York Giants and general manager Jerry Reese comes up with the Victor Cruzes of the world who never was drafted. So the Giants, who missed the playoffs 2 years ago at 10-6, win the division and win the Super Bowl at 9-7, and now we're drafting 32. So the Giants, look, they're running game. It's funny. The Super Bowl champ, and then you look at stuff, okay, running game, dead last, 32. Pass defense, almost one of the worst, 29. And then you tear it up and you say, well, wait, the Vince Lombardi trophy is right where it should be, at the Vince Lombardi service area, right here on the New Jersey Turnpike. What should the Giants do here?
I think they'd like to get another weapon for Eli Manning, but it makes sense to me, Mel, to take an offensive lineman here. There's a couple pretty good players on the board. Jonathan Martin, the big left tackle from Stanford. Cordy Glenn started 50 games for the Georgia Bulldogs. Bobby Massey from Ole Miss. David Deal went outside and played left tackle when Beatty got hurt last year. Beatty's been a disappointment. I think the Giants could help themselves by taking an offensive lineman.
I agree with you, John. There's 3 offensive linemen that you talked about. We're all projected maybe to go in the first round. Certainly running back with Doug Martin gone, you think they'll go away from that position. I agree with you. I think the offensive line, and then Kobe Fleener. Remember we talked about the Colts maybe getting him an early second to hook up with Luck. Oh, he won't be there. He won't get to the second. Kobe Fleener for the Indianapolis Colts, early in the second round tomorrow. If he's still there, we'll see. The Giants, he thought he might be in play for them as well.
You think if Martin, the running back from Boise State, the Tampa just jumped up to take, was still there, the Giants would look at him?
Have to consider him. Now, they've done well at running back. 4th round with Jacobs, late rounds with Bradshaw. So maybe that's their philosophy. Hey, we can get a running back down the line.
Of course, we should remind everybody, Brandon Jacobs and Mario Manningham are now signed with the San Francisco 49ers. Really the offseason move that the Giants made to bring in Keith Rivers, a one-time first-round pick of the Cincinnati Bengals. Injured, never quite, but he's now a Giant as a linebacker. And that really was what they did in a season where Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin said, well, we now got 2 Super Bowls. We're still at the primes of our careers. Both of them, even though Tom is the oldest coach in the business. So the Giants and their fans are waiting. No, they were outscored last year. I mean, it's just. But boy, in the playoffs, there was no outscoring them. G-Men, here it is.
With the 32nd pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the world champion New York Giants select David Wilson, running back, Virginia Tech.
Well, no, there is the running back, right? Jacobs gone, Bradshaw also hurt some. So right at the end, we have running backs 2 and 3 go in the first round.
Had Wilson going to the Giants last pick in the second, they take him last pick in the first. So it's a little early. You thought maybe with Wilson, he doesn't block that well. He's a speed guy. Johnny's an athletic guy. You watched him on film. You broke him down. He can make some things happen. Very athletic. Talk about a 41-inch vertical jump. This kid can fly. Think about all-around play. Can he do it? He had some fumbling problems. Ball security at Virginia Tech was an issue. He knows it. He knows he has to change that in the NFL. But the talent is in abundance with David Wilson if he can kind of round off his game just a bit.
I like David Wilson. 1,700 yards. He had 22 catches. He's also an outstanding kickoff returner. David Wilson will give the Giants another back that they can line up in a lot of different formations. They like to go with that no-back set, throw the ball to Ahmad Bradshaw. Here's a kid, Wilson, a couple of years ago that did catch the ball and prove he could do it out of the backfield. And if you haven't seen him jump yet, this kid can do about 13 somersaults. I can't wait till he scores. You got Victor Cruz doing that salsa dance, and you got David Wilson doing these flips. He's a triple jump track champion, rare athlete, and a good kid. And Tom Coughlin knows what he's looking for.
So there it is. I mean, Mel, did we even get started here? 3 hours.
Let's do the second
we
round.
We used to have first rounds that took 6 hours. This was a delight. We'll be back to talk about what happened, what might happen tomorrow in rounds 2 and 3. We got more from Radio City Music Hall.